Hello, welcome to Pilates Matwork. And today we are going to get into some traditional exercises and some non-traditional exercises. And I hope that it will be lots of fun for you. So this is truly a mixed level course. So that being said, we're going to start standing, and I'm going to stand with my feet hip width apart here. So hips, knees, and toes are tracking. So remember, you want it to be right where the bones are, not about how wide you think you are. And let your knees be soft. And then just take a moment or two and just roll those shoulders back. Exaggerate the move. Try to really get in there. And let's go into the opposite direction. Good. Kind of loosening things up so we can stand a little bit taller. Good. And then from here, good. I'm just going to relax down. I'm just going to take a moment to take some breath. Now you want to try to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Just like that. And if you want to kind of feel the abdominal engagement on the exhale when you do that shush, then you can feel that here. So inhale and expand. And shh. Inhale, expand. Shh. Good. Two more times. And one more time. Good. Now, I can't do that breath and talk at the same time, so you won't hear me do that very often, but that's the kind of breath pattern that you want to try to get into. Let's take the arms up. Reach, reach, reach. Get a nice side bend. As I take this side bend, I'm making sure of a couple things. I'm making sure that I'm not doing this from a twist where the shoulder is forward. So I want to do this from length, and I want to make sure that I'm not taking the hips out. So I'm keeping my hips right over the ankle. If you keep a long arm here, you're going to get a little bit more stretch and engagement down the side body. Ready? Good. We'll come all the way back up. We'll take that to the other side. We'll reach, and we'll take it over. And coming all the way back up. We'll take this into some rotations. I want you to notice two things. So as we go from side to side, notice how your rotation feels when your head and everything comes with you. And then notice how it feels when you keep your head centered. It's wrong. Just notice how it's different. And this is the one where head centers, there's a tendency to kind of really try to crank through the torso. Try not to do that. And then from here, we'll come back center. Big inhale, exhale, letting those knees bend, pressing through the feet, coming down. Good. Getting into the hips and the heels. And one more time. Good. And from here, let's just get a nice little back bend. So I'll show you this from a side view. I'm zipped up. I'm just opening, taking the chest forward. I'm just opening up here. And then we'll take that down. Let's go into a little bit of footwork here. So from here, I'm going to start in my Pilates V position. So my heels are connected. I've got about a 6 width apart between the two big toes. You can always hold on to a wall or a piece of furniture if you've got that. Hands can be anywhere you want. I want mine at my hips, so that's where I'm going to put them. I'm just going to press, trying to press evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds as I lift the heels up and lower. Now, if you're not used to doing this, this takes practice. It takes a little bit of toning of the muscles here. You want to try to keep the heels together. If that doesn't happen for you when you lift up, that's okay. Just do what you can. Practice makes progress. Good. And this can be a little bit of a balance challenge, but I feel it right in the gluteal fold. Good. Now I'm going to lower the heels. I'm going to do a little bit. And come up, lift, lower, bend. Zip it up, lift, lower, bend, zip it up, lift, lower, bend, lift, lower, bend. Good. From here, take that apart. Good. So I'm going to show this both from the front and the side. So I'm going to come up on my heels. Good. I'm going to bend my right knee so my left heel comes down. I'm pushing into this right ball of the foot as I lift up, maybe. Good. And go to the other side. So you really want it to be work. You don't want to just do this. I see people do that all the time. You really want to get that lift and that pressure. Good. So as you're transitioning, both heels then are lifted at center. It makes it a little bit more effective. Now, to show you that from the side view, it just looks like this. Good. And then from here, we'll come out. From here, what I want you to do is we're going to get a stretch. And this stretch is going to get into the front of the foot, the top of the foot, and the shins a little bit. This can be very spicy for some people, so be mindful. So I'm going to start on my right leg. I'm going to take it back here. So I'm just kind of doing that. Good. So here, I get a nice good stretch. For some people, this might be all you can tolerate. I'm just going to kind of lean back a little bit, bending a little bit more. That'll get a little bit deeper in the stretch. You can kind of move things around. So just kind of find what you need. Stretching is okay. Pain is never okay. Maybe I need my wall here. A little bit balance challenge here too. And we'll take that up. And then we'll take that to the other side. So from here, I'm just going to take that back. Good. I'm just going to kind of find my very spicy spot. Good. I'm going to zip up to that front body. And then coming in. Good. So from here, let's find a little bit a more true balance challenge. We're just going to stand on one foot. So I'm going to start on the left side, hip, knee, and toe track forward. Good. And then I'm just going to pick up my right foot a little bit. So the higher you take your leg and your foot, the harder it is. If you're not stable when the foot is lower and you're wobbling around, taking your leg higher is going to make that worse. It's not better. So be where you're stable, which may be higher, it may be lower. Pressing out of that hip, zipping up nice and tight. And then when ready, we'll bring that down. Good. And we'll shake that out. Good. We'll go to the other side, hip, knee, and toe track forward. Good. Zipping up nice and tight. Good. Find where you're stable. So for me, it's not going to be as high as it was on the other side. Hips are different. Balance is different sometimes from one side to the other. Just be mindful. And take that down. Good. Take a little march. We're going to do some standing roll downs here. Good. And I'm going to give you a couple options. So if you're someone that needs to keep your back flat because forward flexion is not the thing, then how you're going to do this, good, is you're going to let the knees bend. Good. And you're going to come here, but you're keeping that flat back, but you can still work towards touching the floor. And then you're going to press to the feet and the legs as you come up from here. If forward flexion is okay for you, you're going to follow me, rolling down bone by bone. So this is going to be easier if you're hip width apart. It's going to be harder if you take your feet together. It's going to be hardest if you take the feet in a Pilates B stance. If you need to keep a flat back, you want to be parallel hip width apart. So zipping up nice and tight, inhale, exhale. Looping in, letting those arms dangle. It's better to bend the knees than to hinge the hips back, trying to keep the legs long. Go to where to go, pressing down into the feet, from the hip to the heel. And stacking, 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 shoulders, chin, head are last to come up. We'll do that again. Inhale, exhale. Find your path that's appropriate for your body to come down. Pressing through. And coming all the way up. Good. So from here, we're going to work our way, rolling down and going out into a plank. So from here, good. Big inhale, exhale, bending the knees or through flexion. Find your roll down position first. Good. And then once you're down there, good. Walk it out to your plank. Good. Your knees can be down or up, but I'm just going to find this nice plank here, pushing the floor away. And then your knees can bend as you go back towards the ankles, or you can hinge from the hip like a pike up. Find what works best for you. Stop the hips over the ankles. Good. And then you can come all the way up here in the way that you need. I'm going to roll all the way up and take that back bend again. And here we go. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Find your way into the roll down that you need. Okay. Walking it back out. Good. Finding the length. Knees can be lifted or grounded. And then once ready, we're just going to drop the knees down here. We're going to come right into all fours. So from the all fours, it's going to also be done on the forearms if needed. Good. Knees are going to be about hip width apart. They can be a little bit wider. If you've got a cranky low back, zip up that front body. Inhale. Nice cow pose. Exhale and round and tuck. Inhale. Just out. Tipping the pelvis. Exhale round and tucking the pelvis. And again. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Inhale cow. And exhale cat. Good. From here, once you're ready, we're going to take this into a child's pose. Your knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You feel free to take your arms long if that's okay. Otherwise, hands can come back here. But I'm going to come down. I'm going to walk the hands forward. Breathing and expanding. Good. And then from here, hands can come back under the shoulders and we'll come back up. Good. Let's come onto our backs. Nice supine position. So kind of get acquainted here. I always have to kind of move my shirt down or pull pants up or something like that. So just kind of find what you need. Make sure that the feet are not too far or too close to the glutes here. I'm just gonna roll the shoulders back. We're gonna take this into some pelvic rocking. Zipping up nice and tight from the pubic bone behind the navel, just like you're zipping up a zipper. Good. And we're gonna rock the back and forward and back and forward. Now, this takes some practice. A lot of people compensate and push through the feet here. You're trying not to push through the feet. You want to use your abdominal muscles as much as possible to move the pelvis forward and back. Forward and back. And anterior and posterior. How far forward and back you go depends on your own body. Some people have a very full range. Others, they do okay in one, but not the other. So it just depends on the individual. Pain, again, is never normal, so stop before you get there. Good. And then from here, kind of do a little wiggle. Let's take this into a bridge. I'm going to take my heels a little bit closer. So rolling the shoulders back. Remember, this isn't just about pressing into the feet. You're also pressing into the shoulders and the arms. You're going to get a higher and more effective bridge if you do that. So zipping up and in. I'm going to rock the pelvis back, heeling up. If you need to keep a flat back, just lift straight up. Good. And I'm lifting up through my chest. I'm pressing into my arms and my shoulders. And then from the mid back, I'm going to lower through the rib cage, through the lumbar, and back to the sacrum and the tailbone. And once you're ready, rocking it back or flat back, and rolling it up, reach, 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 press, 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 and lower that back down. 2 more times just like that, getting that nice roll, working through those muscles, good. Working on that scapular stability as well as it's engaged here, and rolling that down. And then I'll do one with you with the breath. Inhale. Once you're all the way down, grab those knees. Rock, rock, rock. Let's get more into the core. Let's go into some toe taps. Toe tap. We will do this a couple different ways here. So we're going to start with the knees into the tabletop position. We're going to start alternating. So you want to try to keep this 90-degree angle here. So we don't want to drop and do this. You're not doing anything for your core that way. You want to only move from the hip. So if I start on the left side, and it'll look just like that. And then I'm going to exhale and come all the way up. So we'll take that to the right. Inhale. And exhale the way back up. Try not to let the pelvis rock. You want to stay in that nice neutral position. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now you can stay with those. You want something a little bit harder. Try to take it to a hover without the tap. Inhale. 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 Good. So I'm going to bring my knees in here just for a moment. We'll double time it. We'll do it 2 ways as well. So legs are going to zip together. Now, that also said, if you've got a back issue and what we just did was enough of a challenge, go back and do some more rounds of those. Otherwise, if you're safe, we'll come together. So again, I'm keeping this angle. I'm only moving from the hips. We'll tap it all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. Without moving the pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now you can stay with those or come to the hover. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And bring it in and rock, 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 side to side. Let's take this into some dynamic twisting here. Arms out to the side, knees in tabletop, zip up nice and tight. Knees are going to stay together. You want to try to keep your knees stacked. So for example, when I come over to the left, I don't want my right knee to slide back. I want to try to keep them even. And exhale, center. Inhale to the right, even knees. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. You can stay with that. You want more? We'll come to pendulum. Our legs are up. So just like the knees, now you want to keep the toes even. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. And one more time. Inhale, left. And exhale, center. One more time to the right. And exhale, center. Let's stretch this out. Knees back in tabletop. Take the knees all the way over to the left. Trying to keep the right shoulder grounded as you look to the right. Breathe and expand. Big inhale. And big inhale. Good. One leg back at a time. We're using your abdominals to bring them both back. We'll take that to the other side, all the way over to the right. Inhale. Inhale. Good. And we'll come back center. We'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. Good. I'm going to take my feet down. Got to adjust my clothing here. Sometimes when I do those dynamic twists, my body, for whatever reason, tends to crawl down my mat. So from here, now we're going to go into an opposite arm, opposite leg lift. So I'm going to start, my right leg is the one that's going to lift, and it's going to be my left arm that lifts. And I'm going to zip up nice and tight. You can keep both legs long here if that's what you need. So inhale, exhale, I'm going to zip up and lift. and lower. Now, if that's too much, you can modify that. You can bend that knee as you come up. And 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we'll bring that down. We'll switch sides. Right arm is back. Left leg is forward. Again, modify as needed. Bend that knee if you need to. Inhale, exhale. 6, 5, 4, and you might even get a little stretch in the hamstring with this one. 3, depending on how far you can get it. 2, and 1. Good. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock, 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 side to side. We are well and prepared. We're going to take this into a chest lift. Knees in tabletop position. Arms are up towards the ceiling. Big inhale. Exhale. Good. Find a C curve lift. Arms are long and low at your side. If you'd like to stay here for 100 to do so, that's easier. Harder, take the legs long. From here, when you're ready, start pumping those arms. And we inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, can you lift the chest higher? Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, reach deeper. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, hold. Lift the chest higher, reach deeper through the arms, and take that down. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. Gently let that head and neck go side to side. Good. From here, let's take this into some stretching in some circles. So I'm going to start by keeping my right knee bent. You can also take that long if that's okay for you. I'm going to take my hands behind that right or left leg. I'm going to let them travel up as high as I can go. My upper body is going to stay grounded. For some of you, this is going to be it. If you want more stretch, point your toes towards your face. If you want something in between, do a point and a flex. Always keeping a little micro bend here. Breathing. Now, once you're ready, good. Now, different things for different people. If you cannot reach your big toe or your foot, just hold on somewhere to the outside of your leg for support. And then you're going to keep both hips and shoulders grounded as you take that leg out to the side. And maybe we wiggle around just a little bit here. If your right hip is popping up and you're doing something like this, you're too far out, you need to be lifted back up. Breathing. I teach yoga too, and sometimes I find myself using the yoga breath here. I just caught myself doing that. And let's pick that up. Good. And from here, I'm just going to bend a little bit, taking my right hand on the outside of that left leg. Right leg's going to come long. I'm just going to kind of come across. And I'm just going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here so I find that nice, satisfying spot. You want to feel that right to this outer line here. And once ready, good. We'll come back center. Now that this leg is more open, we'll take this into a leg circle. So smaller circles are going to be easier than larger ones. This is sneaky core work. We are not rocking the hips side to side. So I want you to be in control. I want you to be in that joint. So when you're ready, Good. Here goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. So something also to note here, if you're doing these circles and you feel the connective tissue popping around here, you need a smaller circle till you get stronger in the core. So we'll take that series all to the other side. Let the right leg come up here. Let's travel up as high as you can go. You can stay, you can point and flex, or keep the toes towards the face. Breathing. Once you're ready, good. We'll gently release. Good. Find the grip that you need. Hand somewhere on the outside of the leg, your foot or your toe. Good. We'll just take that leg out, keeping both shoulders and both hips on the floor. You can wiggle around to find your best spot here. Good. We'll come back up. I'm going to put a little bit of a bend in this knee. Good. I'm just going to come over till I find that nice stretch outside of the hip, outside of the thigh. Good. So not that you can't do the circles without stretching first, but they're a little bit better. They feel a little bit better once you've kind of opened up a little bit. So we're going to take this leg up here. So again, find the size of the circle that's appropriate for you. Both hips, both shoulders stay on the floor. We're zipped up, and here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we'll bring both knees in. All right. Let's take this into some single leg stretch, knees in tabletop position. I'm going to lift up. My left knee is in, my right leg is long. I'm pulling and I'm reaching. There goes 1, 2, hips don't rock. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bringing that down. Double leg stretch. Good. I'm going to exhale and come up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And bring that down. Going into crisscross here. I'm going to take my hands behind my head. Knees in tabletop position. Both hips stay grounded. Remember, we are rotating from the waist, so we're not rocking with the hips. Legs are the same as single leg stretch. So I'm going to come up here. I'm leading with the shoulder, not the elbow, and switch. And inhale, and inhale, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bring that down. Woo. Let's take a moment here. Let's roll like a ball. Let's do this 6 times. If rolling like a ball is not for you, it's not your jam, roll over to your side and come to a seat. I'm going to come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Coming all the way up to a seat. Let's get into the adductors again. We'll come into an adductor stretch here. I'm going to take my legs out wide. Good. Sitting up nice and tall, I'm just going to walk my hands out. My toes, knees, and hips are facing the ceiling here. And then I'm going to walk it back in. Let's go into a twist. Let's go towards the left. So I'm just going to walk this out here. Really reaching through this right side. We'll come back up and we'll take that to the other side, walking that up. And coming back up. Good. Going into a short fall series, We're just going to do 2 of each of these. My heels are about as wide as my neck. I'm sitting up nice and tall. Spine stretched forward. Arms are forward, but we're going to relax the shoulders. Keep a flat back if you need to. I'm going to round. Scooping in. Inhale. Exhale. As you come back and stack. Going again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Arms out. Good. Get that spine stretch side. And then back to center and other side. And back to center. And we'll take that into rotation towards the right. Notice how my back arm is not coming forward here. It's staying right in line with my shoulder. Coming back center and rotate left. And come center. Good. Relax for a moment. We'll put that together. We will do saw on both sides. We'll do it 2 times on each side. Here we go. And rotate. Reach in round. Trying to saw pinky toe off of the pinky finger. And back center. Rotate. Reach in round. Stack back to center. Rotate. Reach in round. Stack back to center. Rotate. Reach in round. And stack back to center. Good. So just kind of shake this out. So instead of doing a traditional side series today, we're going to come to all fours, and work our rear ends there. So from here, and this can also be done on forearms here, folks. So if you need to do that, please feel free to do so. So I'm going to come back into my nice all fours position. Good. I'm really going to press away. I'm going to start by taking my right leg out here. Good. And I'm just going to let that right hip drop a little bit. Good. And then I'm just going to lift that leg. I don't want it too high. I don't want the back to dip. Squeezing through that glute. Here's your lift. 8 times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press out of the shoulders. I'm going to bend. Good. I'm going to drive through the heel and the glute. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Reach that leg long. Left arm comes forward. Find your balance. Press out of that supporting shoulder. Woo! You've got a stretch coming, I promise. Bringing that down. Knee comes down. Child's pose. And you can take a basic child's pose. It would feel better to sit more towards that side that you just worked and then walking the fingertips over to the other side. Feel free to give yourself what you need. And then we'll come back center. We'll come back up. We're going to do that all to the other side. All to the other side. So from here, good. The left leg's going to come back. I'm going to make sure that my hips are nice and even. I'm pressing up. Good. Lifting but not too high. Good. Squeezing through the glute. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bending that knee. Good. Leading through the heel. Here we go. Squeezing that glute. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that down, center child's pose or sink towards the left, maybe walking the hands a little bit more towards the right, breathing and expanding. And when ready, we'll come back to center. We'll come onto the belly. So now we're in prone. And I'm just going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You want your legs and your feet to be about hip width apart here, so we don't want them to be together. And from here, good. I'm going to take my hands a little forward into the side, rolling the shoulders back. So we're going to come into some extension with a little bit of the swan series. And you choose how high that you need to go or not go. But I'm zipping up the front body, shoulders are back. Good. Maybe it's a baby, a medium, or high. And then we'll lower that back down. And we'll go again. Inhale, exhale, baby, medium, or high. And lower back down. If you cannot come high in the swan yet, continue to do a few more of those. Those of you that can will follow me into 2 swan dives. So we'll come up. Good. And here we go. 1 and 2. Good. And gently take that down and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. Now, if you need to come back into a child's pose and go ahead and counter some of that extension flexion, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, we're going to come into a quad stretch here. I'm going to bend my right knee. I'm going to reach around and grab it. You can also grab your pants. That's okay. Good. And then from here, good, I'm going to take my left arm forward. I'm going to reach from my right hip to my right knee. For some people, that's going to be enough of a stretch. And then others, you're going to squeeze that right glute and lift that right foot up towards the ceiling. Now I'm also rolling my right shoulder back, so I'm also getting the shoulder stretch a little bit here too. Breathe. Good, and then we'll gently lower and release with control. Taking that to the other side. Good. Left knee is going to bend, reach back and grab your pant or your ankle or foot. Good. From here, from the left hip to the knee, reach. That might be enough. Or if you want more, squeeze the left glute, take the left foot up towards the ceiling, rolling that left shoulder back. And breathing, this is my tighter side. And then we'll gently release. Good. So I'm going to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here. I'm going to take a child pose here, I think, before we go to this next one. Now, this next one is called rocker. We do it in both yoga and Pilates. It's considered advanced Pilates. I guess it's advanced yoga asana as well. So if what I'm about to do is not for you, you can come back and do that quad stretch again, or continue to work on some more swans. But this one can be very special for little people over the top. So I'm going to bend one knee. I'm going to grab it. Okay. And then I'm going to bend the other knee and grab it. Okay. And for some of you, just getting here might be a feat in itself and a personal accomplishment. And if that's the case, you're welcome to stay. But those of you that are moving on, I'm going to squeeze the glutes and take my feet straight up towards the ceiling. Good. And I'm going to use my belly and my breath to launch you. Good. Now, if you want to put some fun into this, maybe you rock over to the side. Okay. And then using your core to come back through center, going into the other side. And then once you're ready, good. Coming back to center, gently releasing. Good. And finding a child's pose. Good. So let this be a nice roundy child's pose here if you can. Good. And then knowing you can stay here as long as you like when you're ready, we're going to take this into a down dog. Okay, we're going to take this into a down dog. So I'm going to just come forward, tuck my toes and lift. And this might be a nice stretch for some people as well. But we're going to go into a pigeon here. So I'm going to take my right leg, bending that knee, I'm going to move forward. I'm pushing with the back leg to come forward. I'm not pulling with the shoulders. Good. And I'm going to take that right knee to the outside of the right wrist. Now, I'm really going to reach that left leg long. So if you can't be down here, or if it's too much pressure on your hip or your knee, come onto your back and do a figure 4 with your right ankle over the left knee. Same stretch, gentler on the joint. So just kind of be mindful as to where you need to be here. Breathing and expanding. Hips worked hard, so we'll get them a nice little lovely stretch here. And then when you're ready, good. Carefully we'll come up from there. If you did figure 4 and you know you're going to do figure 4 on your other side, go ahead and switch sides. Those of you that went belly down pigeon, come back to your down dog. And then you're going to bend that left knee. You're going to push forward with that right foot as you take that left knee behind the left wrist. Good. So I'm really going to reach back with that right leg. Good. And coming down. And breathing. And then once you're ready, good. We'll come back up. Good. We'll tuck the back toe. Good. So everyone will come from a down dog or roll off your back onto all fours. From the all fours, we're going to take a plank here, a plank. So the knees can be down. You can walk the hands more forward to find it that way, or you can tuck the toes and find your plank from here. So find your plank that works for you today. Good. I'm lifted, so I'm pressing back through my heels. I'm going to lengthen through the torso. My elbows can have a little micro bend. My shoulders are over slightly behind the wrist. I'm pressing a little bit more into the pointer and the thumb. Good. And then from here, we'll come back down. Good. Now, we're going to take this into some push-ups. We're just going to do 6 push-ups today. You can do that from a high plank. You can do it from a knee down plank. If you're super beginner or just want something, you want the push-ups, but you want something a little bit easier, you can do this from all fours as well. But wherever you're going for your push-ups, from the shoulder, turn everything inward. So it's going to be more like this, so your elbows can more easily come to the side. So I'm actually going to do the all fours one today. So from here out, as I do have a little bit of a cranky shoulder. Good. So from here, zipping up, find where you're going to do your push-ups from. And when you're ready, good. Halfway down and push. Halfway down and push 2. Exhale for 3. There was 4. 5. And 6. Good. We're going to take this to roll up to standing. So find your downward facing dog. From the downward facing dog, walk your hands back towards the feet. Stopping the hips over the ankles. Let the knees bend. Get a good dangle here. Sometimes that feels really good. And then from here, pressing into the feet and the legs. Good. I'm just going to gently come back up here. Bone by bone. Good. And then once I come up, take a moment taking the arms up. From here, reach, reach, reach. I'm going to take the left hand to the right wrist. I'm going to lift and take it over to the left. Breathing. And coming up. From here, as I release my left hand, I'm going to take my right hand right to the outside of the neck. Just give very gentle tug. You should not, you just want enough to get a stretch here. And come up. Good. Big inhale and reach. Good. This time, left hand or right hand grabs the left wrist and get that side bend over. And coming up. Good. Gentle neck stretch. And when ready, we'll release. Good. Find your rotations again. And then from here, once you're ready, coming back center, big inhale. Good. Bending and coming down, pressing through the feet and the legs. One more time, taking it down, pressing through the feet and the legs, coming all the way up. And exhale, grow taller from crown to tail as you press down that air. Way to go. You made it through this mixed level class. I hope you had a great workout, and I will see you again soon.